I would like to continue because as you said, I'm torn between two lovers. So there is the...
You see, you're torn between two lovers. You didn't say, I am enjoying two lovers equally. You're torn between them.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No.
I'm not going to ask if there's anybody here who is fully content with their two lovers. Most of us would be torn between two lovers.
Yes, so what I'm experiencing is, because I like what you said, it's a matter of devotion. And there are times I know who I really and what I really love, which is this unspeakable present awareness. And then at a certain time, mind comes in and really wants to know, like as if I doubt if it was the right concept, and then I get stuck in the mind world again. So if I do it on my willpower, I think mind is ruling, or it's how to say, it's quite hard. It's like a conflict. I have to be devoted, and I don't think that's the way. So what could be so? Is it inevitable to be torn between those two worlds? Or if you have some guidance how I can devote me to the one I really love?
Yes, to a certain extent it is inevitable. For decades we have been used to giving our love and attention to objects. And now a new possibility has been suggested. That what we are really interested in or devoted to, in other words, what we deeply want in life, can never be an object of our love or attention. It lies at the source of attention or devotion. Sorry, it can never be an object of our devotion or attention. It lies at the source. What we deeply want lies at the source of our devotion and attention. In other words, what we deeply long for, we can never attend to it or be devoted to it. It's always in the other direction, the directionless direction. So yes, there is a bit of a conflict. It is inevitable to begin with that there will be a conflict. The mind's habit, the habit of our attention or devotion, is to go outwards towards objects and relationships. Now this new possibility, this directionless possibility has been suggested, which is for the mind to go in the other direction towards its source. And the mind feels the pull of habit to direct its attention and devotion towards objects and relationships, but also through the force of understanding, the mind is also beginning to explore this new direction, the directionless direction. So the mind is vacillating. It is going backwards and forwards, seeking objects through force of habit, but also getting a taste of the peace that lies at its source. And so there is some conflict for the mind. Which way shall I go? Outwards towards objects, substances, states and relationships, where I have always sought peace and happiness in the past, or inwards in this, I'm pointing inwards, I don't mean to point towards the body, I mean inwards in the directionless direction. Now, what is it that helps us to make up our mind? What is it that helps the mind to decide which direction to go in? It's just experience. The mind has been directing its attention and devotion towards objects, substances, states, relationships for decades, and it has not yet found what it is seeking there. None of us would be here if we had found what we wanted in objective experience. So as a result, we are here, we are open to this possibility that what we deeply long for lies at the source of attention or devotion, and the mind is beginning to trace its way back to its source and to spend time resting in its source, and as a result tasting the peace and the freedom that is available there. That is what helps the mind to decide which direction to go in. It begins to get a taste of what it wants. In other words, the mind begins to fall in love with its source, with resting in its source. It begins to begin with, it seems to be an effort because of the habit of the mind directed outwards towards objects. It seems that we have to make an effort to turn the mind round, or to bring the mind back, or to allow the mind to return to its source. But in time, the mind begins to fall in love with its source. It is attracted to its source. It's no longer so much of an effort. It goes there willingly. And it may correspondingly find that all the objects and substances and activities and states of mind that it used to visit or attend to in the hopes of deriving peace and happiness from them, it is now less and less inclined to go there. It has been there so many times before. Yet another relationship looking for love. Yet another substance to try to ease the pain of separation. Yet another state of mind to try to get rid of my anxiety. We've tried it so many times. We've been there so many times before, and it didn't work. But now we notice that as the mind begins to return to its source, we get a taste of this peace. It becomes attractive. We love to go there. The mind loves to go there. There may still be some rebellion. The mind still may raise objections, and therefore we still may need to coax it and invite it a little bit. But only coaxing and inviting, no discipline, no forcing of the mind. All the mind's objections should be met and explored so that the mind comes naturally, not under force, not under discipline, but it begins to be attracted naturally back to its source. So these two lovers that you are torn between, sooner or later you'll find that you prefer one of their company than the other, and you'll just find yourself gravitating there and neglecting the other.